Hey YouTube, that's our Tully. Excuse me, Fat Man is back. My 987, as I was getting ready to put it back in the stock, I decided, you know what? The last time I had it out and was shooting it, it chain fired on me, which tells me that there still might be some of that sand left somewhere inside, because that's what happened last time. I've taken this and I've reblued the barrel, did a cold blue on the barrel, and it came out okay. It ain't great, but it was really pitted bad. The bore looked like crap. The bore looks really good now after a good thorough cleaning with some bore solvent and stuff. So for the most part, this one is doing pretty good. But the clip that I just put back on, I'm going to pop off because we need to take that part out to get the bolt out, and that is where the sand usually is. And if you wonder why I have a white towel down here, it's so that I don't lose any of these parts. There's two screws, one here, two screws holding the trigger group on. There's one right here and one right here. Those two screws come off, trigger group comes off. It's that simple. You do want to, again, double check, make sure there's nothing in the chamber. It's clear, I can see everything in there. And there's nothing in the magazine, I even got the tube out of it. So I'm going to take those two screws out. The one that's under the trigger is really tricky, because you can only get a little bit of a turn on it with a screwdriver. So you kind of got to get a little creative with it. Not that it's, you know, you get a quarter of a turn out of the thing and it'll come out by hand, so it's not too bad. But anyway, the white towel down is so I can see these parts. Otherwise, I don't know, I lose stuff. And there's your trigger group. Comes out all in one piece. And all these pins that hold everything together are peened so they can't come out. My trigger is kind of loose, side to side, and I don't know if I'm going to try to fix that. Looks like I did at one point. Probably tried to squeeze it together a little, which is about all it would need. But if I could take the pins out, I could do it right and be done with it. But without grinding them down, I'm not taking them apart. And the gun shoots well, so I'm pretty much tempted to just leave it alone. The two parts here work in tandem for cocking and firing, so when you squeeze the trigger, they both move. And I haven't quite exactly figured out exactly how all of it works in this particular gun, because I've never seen that before. But there again, I'm not a gunsmith. I work on my own stuff. Thought you guys might be interested to see some of it too. So at this point, I'm going to let the bolt go home. This back end right here just screws off. And it's that simple. There's a spring right in the end here that simply you slide out, and your firing pin sits right in there like that, which I'm going to do a little smoothing on some of this just to make it a little, I don't know, maybe work a little bit better. But I'm just going to smooth it with like some 600 grit sandpaper, just to make it work a little bit better. You can see where it's getting fairly wore in along here. So, and then we pull this pin, or the bolt handle, tip it, and the bolt will fall out. Now you have the bolt in hand with the extractors. Two extractors on most 22s, every one I've seen anyway. You can see it's a little dirty, but The last time I had it at the range, I probably put 500 rounds through it. When I go to the range, I make a good day of it, and I have a lot of fun when I'm there. Then I brought a brick of 22s of 525 rounds, and I shot every one of them. So, come home, I got about 20 rounds left. But that's enough when I'm home. And this is actually looking, aside from a little carbon, it's looking pretty good. So I got to figure out where that chain fire is happening at and what's causing it, because I'm just not sure. So I'll dig into that a little bit and see. It could have something to do with sear engagement, in which case I might be screwed and I might have to buy some parts. But I'm going to have to sit here and examine things a little bit, and when I figure out what it is, I will certainly post it and let you know. Thanks for watching.